Alright, we're starting. Oh my god. Chat. Chat is being me. Hold on. Let me fix chat. Hold on. Sorry, this is a scuffed start, but we're... Blah, 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 blah. How do I make the... Can I just make the text white? God damn it. I should have done this beforehand. The consequences of my actions. Yeah. Hold on. But yeah, today we're doing STRAFTAT, but we have a really stupid gimmick this time, which I think you'll like. Hold on. I can just do this on... Hold on. Elements. Fuck me. Hold on. But yeah, we're doing we're doing a gimmick where the person, as you can see in the little thing there, little rule on the corner of the screen, losers of each round have to read one paragraph of Moby Dick. If you do not complete it within the next round, then you gotta read it again. So yeah. Let me just hold on. Let me just fix the chat, and then we will start. The Becoming Illiterate Challenge. And let's see what this looks right. Just... Alright, that looks a lot better. Alright, let me just make it bigger. 14. 16. Alright, and then refresh. And we're all set to go now. Alright, let me get it before it fucking STRAFTAT kicks us out. Alright, let's go. Fuck, I always forget how to play this game. Fuck, how do I... Okay. Damn, I didn't hit you. Yeah, so this is take. So, not every take, it's every round that we do the thing. Damn. Alright. Call me Ishmael. Some years ago, never mind how long precisely, having little to no money in my purse, I thought nothing particular to interest me on shore. I thought I would sail up... Dude, the way I have driving off the screen. And regulating the circulation. Whenever I find myself growing grim and grim out the mouth. Whenever there is a... When I find myself voluntarily pausing before a coffin warehouse. I find myself pausing it. I bring me of the rear of every funeral I meet. Especially when my hippo gets an upper hand of me, that it requires a strong mental moral principle to prevent me from deliberately stepping into the street and then methodically knocking people's hats off. Then I count it as high time to get to sea as soon as I can. This is my substitute for a pistol and ball. With this philosophical flourish of Kato throws himself upon his sword, I quietly take to the ship. There's nothing surprising in this. Ow. Oops. There's nothing surprising in this. Fuck! There's no... Oh, shit, we gotta start over. Oh, fuck. Call me Ishmael. Some years ago, never mind how long precisely, having little to no money or money in my purse. Never... I thought I would share about a little. Wait, I was driving off the spleen. How do I fuck? Whenever I see the water part of the world, it is a way I have driving off the spleen and regulating the circulation. And... give me a second. God damn it. Oh my god. Call me Ishmael. Some years ago, never mind how long precisely, having little to no money in my purse, and particularly nothing to interest me on store, I thought I would sail about little and see the watery part of the world. It was the way of how I was driving off the spleen and regulating the circulation. Whenever I find myself growing grim about the mouth, when it is jam cursing November in my soul, and when I find myself involuntarily pausing before every coffin warehouse, bringing up the rear of every funeral I meet, especially when my hippos gets a upper hand of me and requires a strong moral principle to prevent me from deliberately stepping into the street and methodically knocking people's house, then I count it high time to get a sea as soon as I can. This is my substitute for pistol and pole. With a philosophical flourish, the cat throws himself upon his sword. I quietly take to the ship. There's nothing surprising in this. If they but knew, all men in their degree sometime and cherish notice towards the ocean and me. Fuck. Nah, we don't know yet. Oh wait, I can go to the next paragraph now. Alright. There is now your insular city of the Manhattoes, belted around by wharves of Indian Isles. Fuck. And coral reefs commence surrounded with their surf. Right and left, the streets take you outward. Extreme down. Extreme downtown is the Battery. Israeli where noble mole washed by waves, cooled by breezes with a few hours previous were out of sight of land. Look at the crowds of watery gazes there. Thank God. Yeah. Damn. You have to start again. You have to start again. The round's over. Oh, never mind. It isn't. That was a take. My bad. My bad. Wow, that's mean. You have to start over. Oh, never mind. I keep thinking it's the round. Oh, my bad. By the way, I suck at this game if anyone's viewing, and hadn't realized yet. Yeah. No, I suck at this game. Did I say I suck at reading? Well, I suck at that too. Circumambulate the city of a dreary Sabbath afternoon. Go for Corley's Hook to Cooney's Slip, and then by waterfall, by White Wall Northwell. What do you see? See, this posted like a silent sentinels all around said, stand thousands upon thousands of mortal men fixed in ocean reveries. Some seated upon the firehead, some looking over the bulwarks of ships from China, some high aloft in the rigging, as if striving together to get still better seaward. These all landsmen. We clinch to the desk. Aren't the Greek... clinch to the desk, how is this? Are the Greenfields alive? What are they here? Oh, fuck. I'm dead. Oh. 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 Not anymore. But look! Here comes a crowd pacing straight for the water and seemingly bound for a dive. Oh, wait. Let's restart and then we say the next paragraph. But look! Here come the more crowds pacing straight for the water and seemingly bound for a dive. Strange, nothing will content them with the lording around this. That will not suffice. No, they will get just as nigh in the water as possibly we can without falling in, and then they stand miles above the leagues. Invaders, all they come. Oh wait, miles of them, leagues, invaders, all they come. Yet they all unite. Tell me, does the magnetic virtue of the needles of all the compass of the ship attract them thither? I'm done. Once more, stay you in the country. Some high land of lakes. Take down any path you please, and attend to the void. Take down to leave you by a pool of Ave Street. There's magic in. Let the most absent-minded of men be plunged in the deepest reveries. Stand there, a man on his legs, set his feet a-going, and will infallibly lead you to the water. If water there be all the great region, you should be a thirst in the great American desert. Try this with the experiment with your cover ever to be supplied with metaphysical feta. Yes, if ever he knows, meditation and water are wedded forever. Okay. Fuck. I didn't know those stand thing. Fuck, I can't pick it up. You still haven't gotten through the first fucking... Speaking of pistol... Fuck. But here is an artist. He desires to paint you in the dreamiest, shadiest, quietest, most enchanting bit of romance lands escape in the valley of Sacco. What is the chief element he employs? There he stands in his trees, each with a hollow trunk of his hermit crucifix within. And here sleeps his meadow, and there sleeps his cattle. And from out sleeps his cattle. And from yonder goes sleeps his sleepy smoke. Deep in distant woodlands, winds of mazy way, raising to the overlapping spurs of mountains. Holy shit, this paragraph is long. Though the picture lies thus trance, and those the pine tree shakes down his size like trees, like trance. Fuck. But here is an artist. He desires to paint. He desires to paint you in dreamy, shadiest, quietest. There stands his trees, eats a hollow trunk of a hermit of a crucifix there within. He sleeps in the meadow, and there sleeps his cattle, and up from the yonder coast goes sleep slow. Deep into the woodlands winds a mazy way, reaching to overlapping spurs of mountains and bays. Okay. There in his stand, eats in the hollow trunk as if his hermit and crucifix were within, and then here sleeps in his meadow, there sleeps his cattle, and up from the yonder goes so deep in the distant woods. Deep in the distant woodlands winds a mazy way, reaching into the overlapping spurs of the mountains and bathed in the hillside blue. But through the picture lies thus trance as though the pine tree shakes down its sides, so it leaves the shepherd's head, yet all were vain. Unless the shepherd's eyes were fixed upon the magic stream before him. Go visit the furrows in June, and when scores on scores of miles you are waiting year deep. Tire lilies, what is the one charm wanting? Water. There's not a drop of water there. Were Nigeria but a contact of sand, would you travel your thousands of miles to see it? Why did the poet of Tennessee suddenly two handfuls of silver deliberately, whether to buy him a coat, which he sadly needed, or to invest money in pedestrian ship to Rockaway Beach, which is almost every robust, healthy soul in him. And sometime or other crazy passage to go to sea. Why your first voyage as a passenger, do you feel yourself as a mystical vibration as the first told you that your ship were now out of sight of land? Why did the old Persians hold the sea holy? Why did the Greeks give it a separate deity and his own brother of Jove? Surely all of this is not without meaning, and still deeper in the meaning of the story of Narcissus, because he could not grasp the tormenting mild image he saw in the fountain, plunged himself and was drowned, but for the same image we see ourselves in rivers and oceans. It is the imaginable, ungraspable phantom of life, and this is the key to it all. That paragraph is evil. Now, when I say that, I am in a habit of going to the sea whenever I begin to grow hazy about my eyes and begin— oh, pause. Yes. You don't— it's— yes. No. No, you only restart if you don't finish the paragraph. I know, that's what I was working on for the past 3 rounds. Yeah. Now, when I say that I am in the habit of going to sea whenever I begin hazy about my eyes— oh wait, no, this isn't the— what am I doing now? Oh, you had 100 health. And then when I say it, I'm in the habit of growing to see whenever I see vehicles heads, and I begin to be overconscious of my lungs. I do not mean it. I do not mean to have it interfere. Oh my god. Interfere that I never go to sea as a passenger, for I am to passenger, you must have a purse. Must have a purse, and purse is but a rag unless you have something in it. Besides, passengers get seasick, grow quarrelsome, and don't sleep at night, do not enjoy themselves as much as general things. No, I never go as a passenger, nor do I go as something of assault. Do I go to the Commodore, or as a captain, or a cook? I abandon the glory and distinction of such offices to those who like them. For my part, I abominate all honorable toils, trials, and tribulations of every kind of whatsoever. It is quite as so much as I can take care of myself without taking care of ships, barks, brigs, schooners, and whatnot. As to going for a cook, I confess there is a considerable glory in that of a cook of a sort of an officer or ship on board. Yes, I never fancy broiling fowls, and though once broiled, judiciously buttered and dramatically salted and prepared, there's no way to speak ever respectfully to the broad. Fuck! Yeah. Fuck! Fuck. Now, when I say that I am in the habit of going to sea whenever I begin... Now, when I say that I am in the habit of going to sea whenever I become hazy and begin to go unconscious inferred when I ever go to the sea as a passenger, for eyes to go to the passenger, you might need to have a purse, and purses to put a rag unless you have something in it. Besides, passengers get seasick and grow quarrelsome and don't sleep at night. As I do not enjoy themselves. Do not sleep at... Your course, don't sleep at, do not enjoy the general thing. I never do go as a passenger, nor am I something of assault. Do I never go to sea as a commodore, as a captain, or as a cook. I abandon the glory and distinction of such offices for those who like them. For my part, I abominate all honorable, spectral, trials, tribulations, and every kind of whatsoever. It is quite as much as I can do to take care of myself without taking care of the ships, brigs, schooners, and whatnot. As for going as a cook, though I confess that there is some considerable glory in that. A cook being sort of an officer on shipboard did something I never fancied. Broiling fowls, though once broiled, I judiciously butters and magically salted and peppered. There's no one who will speak more respectfully, not to say inherently, of a broiled fowl than I will. It is Idol's doting of the old Egyptians upon broiled rib, ibis, and rivered horse, and you see mummies of those creatures in huge baked house as the pyramids. Fuck! I finished. House rule, this isn't a game. Oh, okay. Okay. I haven't won yet, so I wouldn't know. Wait, no, that doesn't make sense because then you could just ignore the thing, and if you win, then you have to, then you just don't have to do it. No, when I go to sea, I go as a simple sailor, right there, right there before the mast plumbed down to forecastle aloft there to royal mast. True, they ordered me around some and make me jump from spar to spar like a grasshopper in May meadow. And at first, it's sort of unpleasant enough. It touched one's sense of honor, particularly if you come to an old established family in the land and band wrestlers, Randolph's their hand. And more than all, it's just previous to putting your hand in the tar pot. You have the lotus in your country schoolmaster, making the tallest boy stand in awe of you. The transition is keen when I assure you the schoolmaster is a sailor and requires a strong scene of it, but it even wears in time. There you go. Oh. Yeah. 30 minutes. What if we did a different book? 50 Shades of Grey. 50 Shades of Grey. Because it's funnier. Yeah, but we might hear something funny, and this one is just like, oh, it's literature. Okay. Okay. Alright, you ready, Juju? Alright. I know, that's what I'm reading. Yeah. I'm reading it. She has barrel tech. Oh. What if some old hunks and sea captains order me around to get a broom and sweep the decks? What does that indignity about to Wade, I mean, in scales of the New Testament? Do you think that Archangel Gabriel thinks of anything less of me because I promptly, respectfully obeyed that old hunks in particular instances who ain't a slave? Who ain't a slave? Tell me that. Tell me that. Well then, however, the old sea captain may help through, however they might thump and punch me about. I have the satisfaction of knowing that it is all right, and everyone else is one way or is served in much the same way, either in physical or metaphorical point of view, and so the universal thump is passed around, and all hands should rub together in shoulder blades and be content. Oh, yay! I don't have more. Okay, then it's just me. Again, I always go to the sea as a sailor because they make a point of paying me for my trouble, whereas I never pay passengers for a single penny that I have ever heard. On the contrary, passengers themselves must pay, and there is the difference in the world between paying and being paid. The act of paying is perhaps the most uncontrollable conflict of this controllable infliction that our good deeds entailed upon us, but being paid, what we'll compare to it, the unpaid activity in which a man receives money is rather marvelous, considering that we all earnestly believe money to be the root of all earthly ills. Ah, how I cheerfully consign herself to perdition. Fuck. Finally, I always go to sea as a sailor because of the wholesome experience and the pure. Wait, never mind. Finally, I always go to sea as a sailor because of the wholesome exercise and pure wind of day. For the all as in a wall, headwinds were more prevalent than the winds of astern. That is, if you never violate the Pythagorean maxim. As for the most part, the Commodore on the quarterdeck gets the atmosphere in the second hand out from the sailors of the forecastle. He thinks he breathes it at first, but not so. It is much the same way a commonality lead in their leaders and the other and many other things. At the same time that the leaders will suspect it. But wherefore, it was that after. Fuck. That's cool. That's a cool line. Anyway, I was finally I was going to see it say because of the wholesome experience of heroes. For in this world, headwinds are more prevalent than words from the stern. Will never violate. So for the most part of the Commodore on the quarterdeck gets his atmosphere in the second hand from the sailors on forecastle. He thinks he breathes it at first, but not so. In many other commonality lead to the leaders and many other things. At the same time that the leaders suspect there is whether that after turn the page, having repeatedly smelt the sea of the merchant sailor, I should now take into my head the wailing voices to the invisible opposite of the fates, who has constant surveillance of me and secret dogs in me, influences me in some unaccountable way. He can better answer than anyone else, and doubtless going my way with Wailing Village formed the grand program of prevalence that was drawn up long ago. It came as sort of brief interlude and solo between more extensive performances. I take that this part of the bill must have run something like this. I shouldn't. I might as well not be here. I haven't won a singles take. Won a single round. But it's alright. We're having fun. Yeah. Yeah, sure. I know. Fuck. Fuck. Grand contestant election for the presidency of the United States. That's one paragraph. There is an indent. I said that any paragraph is one with an indent. That one has an indent. Therefore, that is one paragraph. Whaling voyage by one Ishmael. Yeah, Juju has been half screening this. Oh my god. Okay, normal. Wait. Let me switch the title. Yeah, yeah. That was funny though. Mhm. Mhm. Yeah, yeah. I think I might actually just end the stream here. Yeah, because it's been like, yeah, just a quick little mini one, just a little treat. Here, let me. If anyone's here, just stay for the raid. I wanna. Yeah, I know. I wanna do art, and I wanna draw now, and I don't feel like drawing by myself, so I'm just gonna or not. I can't speak. I don't feel like streaming drawing, so I'm just gonna uh straight raid, and we can do. Hold on, let me just check, make sure that everyone is in stream so I can raid. Yeah. No, I stream on. I'm on Twitch right now. Salt warning. BT. I'll do this one art streamer. Well, it changes every like 4 months, so don't worry. Um, and I'm just gonna stream this art YouTuber I saw. Or not YouTuber, art streamer. Wait. Yomar. Maybe? Are you in? Okay. Alright, thanks for the thanks for my friends for coming here, and thanks for watching. This was really stupid and really fun and silly. Alright, bye bye everyone. Farewell.